is up, guys? Welcome back. Today we are at the Motorcycle Mall in New Jersey. We are here for the Indian Motorcycles demo ride. They have an entire lineup of their 2022 model bikes here, all available for test rides. We'll see how many I can snag. There are a lot of people waiting online, so I'll do my best, but the main one that I care about is the Indian FTR 1200. I believe they have the carbon model here today, so I'm super excited to get to ride it. Outside of the motorcycle mall right now. There's a little bit of a wait. There's a line of people. It's not too bad. I am number 7 on the FTR list. Could definitely ride some of the other bikes sooner. Got my helmet. We got the Supermoto Arai helmet set up, and I got the GoPro for you guys, so we'll get some riding footage. All right, so we're here getting ready to do the test ride. I'm on the Chief Bobber this round. Gotta wait my turn for the FTR. Start this baby up. Not used to being this Merkin with this guy in the mini quad. I think that fits you well, sir. That's perfect for you. All right, let's rock and roll. Wow. All right, off the bat, this thing is very comfortable. Wow. I mean, I shouldn't be shocked compared to like what I'm used to riding and what this bike is. I mean, yeah, obviously it's gonna be comfortable. All right, we're just gonna run red lights. Screw it. So we're just following the group leader. He's the one in the orange, the high-vis guy right there. I did the Aprilia demo here, and it was a blast. So I was like, you know what? Let me check out Indian, because to be honest, you don't know that you want a bike sometimes until you ride it. And then you're like, wow, like I never thought of owning one of these, but actually it's an awesome bike. It's nice to demo different types of models, especially if you don't have friends that own them. And look at that FTR. That thing is sexy. That thing looks so good. All carbon, it's beautiful. The Olin suspension, I can't wait to ride that thing. You know what's funny, actually? Now that I come to think of it, they didn't even give us a speech. They didn't give us any type of safety briefing or anything. It was just kind of like, yeah, sign this waiver. You're liable if anything happens, and don't be an idiot. They didn't give us a safety brief, such as like, all right, don't speed, you know, don't do wheelies, anything. I guess it just comes with the territory of owning an Indian. Like, they just figure, okay, our demographic of riders is not people who are going to do wheelies and burnouts and crazy things. They're like, it's usually just old guys trying to cruise. But I really wish this thing had an aftermarket exhaust. It'd probably sound gnarly. I actually don't even know how many cc's this bike is. I don't really know much about it. I was just like, you know what? Like, instead of waiting to ride the FTR and just standing there, I was like, I might as well ride another bike. I might as well have some fun, right? Like, if nobody else is gonna take it, sign me up. Gotta do the moto wave. What, nobody else wants the wave? Got a moto wave, of course. I mean, it's on my logo. Thing is nice. I like the Chief.
Suspension is amazing.
It's very soft.
Super soft.
Yeah. No, that thing's nice.
It's amazing. I'm hoping I don't feel rough.
Oh, we're warming up the tires now. Not used to riding such a bulky bike. I almost went to use a quick shifter because I'm so used to the KTM. I was like, wait, this does not have a quick shifter. At least not that I know of. I don't think it's got any tech like that. It's so funny. It's weird, you get like habits with riding. I mean, of course, you know, I could just let off the gas real quick and shift, but I don't want to mess up the trans on a demo bike. Should I get a little pull? funny. This demo is much different than the Aprilia demo. On that one, they were all on sport bikes, so the guy just took off. You know, the tour guy he went for it and just sent it. But on this ride, it's definitely more casual, definitely a little more relaxed. The thing that always like bothers me about bikes like this is just the brakes. They just don't have good brakes. You know, it's not that it's not good for the bike. I mean, like, if you're used to riding these bikes, it'll do just fine. Trust me, you'll stop. But when you're used to riding a sportier bike, I mean, this is like come on. I'm gonna rear end someone. KTM, I'll do an endo. Those Brembos are ridiculous. I just want to like rev it up to redline and just let it come down in RPM and just yeah, Merca. Okay, I almost just like destroyed the clutch there. I got a little weird. For a second, I forgot how to ride a motorcycle. I was like, if this thing had an aftermarket exhaust, it would have been way more embarrassing. Because everyone would have knew. I'd be like, ha, look at that idiot. Shh, I won't tell anyone. Just the internet. That's alright, it happens. Honestly, like I said, you can't even hear the exhaust on these bikes. So you can't tell how many RPMs you're giving it, and it's easy to stall them. I'm surprised I haven't stalled this thing yet. Honestly, I'm probably just over revving it. I'm just giving it too much gas. Duncan. Oh look, the cops are at Duncan. What a surprise. Kidding, but not kidding. That R1. He's squidding it up on that R1. Short sleeves and all. Brother! Squid Miller Jr. joining us on the ride. He's our new group leader. I vote him for group leader because he's gonna go fast. Yo, High Vice guy, just give him the vest. And we're good to go. We're gonna have Squid Billy Jr. as our leader on the R1. Oh, whoa, whoa. Oh, whoa, whoa. Oh, he don't even got a license plate. He's a real Squid Billy Jr. He's dedicated to the craft of being a squid. So I'm going. We're sending it through red lights and everything. We don't care. We're in a group. We're on bikes. And this ain't my license plate, so you want to test how good these brakes are? Skirt! Imagine. Alright, so we just got back from the first ride. I took out the Indian bobber. It was awesome. Super comfy. You guys see the footage there. I'm all sweaty now. Gonna take a little break and wait my turn for the FTR. I'm just gonna hang around for a little while. Let's go look at the perfect bike for you, which will be the smallest bike that they sell. Grom.
No, I don't like it.
Why not?
Because I prefer Vespa.
But they're so cute. Look at them, and you could wheelie them. You like the purple?
Yeah.
It's actually really nice. Little R3.
Pink.
That would be perfect for you.
No.
Way
too
cooler
big.
than a Vespa.
No, too big.
No. It's only an R3. That's tiny. Why you keep running away?
Me?
Yeah.
This
You
is
love
where I
it.
belong.
You love that green one, huh? That's you right there. That's all
Do we
you.
match?
Yeah.
Right?
Perfect.
I love it.
We're going to see the best section in the entire store, which is, of course,
KTM.
KTM. Gotta love the KTM section, of course. We got a 350. We got some Dukes, some 690s, some 690 Enduros. A Duke. They make a Duke 200? What the heck? This is perfect for you. Right here, Duke 200. Better than a Vespa.
No.
You could be orange like me.
There's nothing better than Vespa.
I beg to differ. Alright, so it's finally time. I'm gonna get to ride the Indian FTR. Super excited. Let's see how it goes. It was like a 2-hour wait on top of the last bobber that I rode. I'm really excited for this. Actually, I've been wanting to ride this bike for the last, I don't know, 6 months or so. So we got a 1200cc V-twin, 120 horsepower, 87 foot-pounds of torque, 6 gears. It's got the LCD touchscreen, We got 3 modes, all the carbon, of course. ABS, cruise control, 3.5 gallon tank. That was my guess, actually. Wow. This thing is nimble. Feels real light and nimble, actually. The weight, the way it's balanced, what does it weigh? Almost 500 pounds. Dry. You don't feel it, though, at least standing still. Let's get this bad boy started up. Turn the key. Let's see, do they give you a little design on the... There you go. There's a startup screen. Indian motorcycle. That's cool. I like that. It's in neutral. Alright. Cool. This thing's been ridden all day long. Everyone wants to ride the FTR. Nobody cares about the other bikes. It's so funny. Everyone just wants to ride the FTR. I mean, I don't blame them. This thing is awesome. You can just feel, like, this thing does not feel heavy. It's almost 500 pounds. So you do not feel the weight. It is very well balanced. That's cool. It's got a gear indicator. Temp. Oh, it is in sport mode. I don't know how to toggle it. Oh, here we go. Standard. All right, we're keeping it in sport for sure. Let's exit out of there. That's a cool menu. What is this? Oh, that's cool. Look at that. You got different menu options right here with this switch. Oh my god. Look, it's got GPS. That is crazy. All right, and off we go. Immediate thoughts. Very nimble. Very nice. I'm gonna say that a lot. Oh, it's got some balls to it. I mean, 1200 cc's, I expect it to have some balls, but that's some nice torque. Let's see. All right, there we can see our speed. This thing is very comfortable. I mean, the seat has a wide section, so your butt just kind of fits in there nicely. Very, very comfortable. I like it a lot. Easy to find neutral, not like a KTM. I like these other ones, like engine temp, battery voltage. That's really cool. It has that screen. I wonder how you turn off traction control. I would love to wheelie this thing, but I'm not gonna do that on the demo. Of course, I gotta behave myself. Can't be riding like a hooligan Squid on the demo ride, but I do really want to get this thing up. I mean, I would love to have it on one wheel. I love this. The fact that it has GPS on there is amazing. That is so cool, honestly. I know there's other bikes with that. Like, it's not like this is the only bike with this feature, but that's cool, man. That's really cool. I mean, me, I normally would have my quad lock set up on the handlebars anyway, and I'd be looking at my phone for GPS, probably use Waze. You know, I'd like to see the songs playing and whatnot, but see if, you know, who's calling me specifically, you know, and I link it to my Cardo, of course, but that's really a really cool feature to have on a bike that is under 20 grand. I can't wait to open this thing up a little more on the highway. I hope the guide goes a little bit more ahead, but it's very nice. Should I jump it? Whoop! So far, like, the suspension is nice and stiff. It's very sporty. Brakes, definitely good. I'm happy with the brakes. It's not anything like when I rode the Bobber. I was like, man, these brakes kind of suck. And these brakes are great. What are these, Brembos? I should probably do more research before I do a bike review. I like to just kind of hop on and ride it and just give you a straight up idea of what it's like to ride this thing. I don't want to bore you guys with all like specs and facts. I mean, you can Google that. I'm just trying to give you a real in-person review of what this bike is like, and it's so far a blast. I mean, this is a great bike, I feel like, for somebody who's transitioning from hooligan to something more practical or serious. I think it's a good middle ground there. Like if you're a supermoto guy or a complete hooligan, you like to mess around, but you want something a little more comfortable, maybe a little more practical, you could do longer distances on. I feel like this is the type of bike you're looking for. Not a lot of manufacturers, I feel like, make a bike similar to this. But no, this bike is cool. It's definitely unique, and it rides really nice. It's very comfortable. You can tell the suspension is rigid and stiff, but like in a good way, in a sporty way, not uncomfortable way. And you know, the creature comforts it has, all these little gadgets and features are really nice too. You got the pass high beam light as well, and the screen is really cool, which I don't think you get with like the base model version of this bike. I think that's the nicer version. Oh, that's why my leg's so hot. The exhaust is right there. The way the weight is balanced is just so good. It really is not like, you don't feel it. It's just very nimble. Let's heat up these tires a little bit before we go on the highway. Gotta get them sticky. Oh yeah, she handles good. Probably losing the guys behind us. It's got some good power to it. Wow, that thing's fun. I want to like almost slow down and get a pull going. This thing moves. Lots of fun. No quick shifter that I know of. It didn't feel like it had one. I kind of went to go click it. It's not going, so I don't think it has a quick shifter. But this thing rips. It's awesome. Woo! Want to race? This thing is badass. I love this bike. This bike is awesome. Brother! I love it. Oh my God, it brings out my inner Squid. My inner professional Squid is coming out in this bike. I wish I wasn't on a torque, because I want to get crazy on this thing. I want to pop it up so bad. I want to top it out right now. Oh, on the Aprilia demo, I was ripping. This thing moves. I mean, it puts you in your seat. There's a reason there's a lip on the back of this seat to keep you in, because you open it up and it just throws you back. It's beautiful. Awesome. I mean, for a demo, that was fun. They do a good demo here. They really let you ride the bike in some different scenarios. The only thing I could ask for is some mountain riding maybe, but it's just not possible with where the dealership is located. Maybe if it was a different dealer. Just a note on my wrists, arms, shoulders, all of that. You know, if you ride a sport bike, you're used to the pressure being down. This one is, I'd say, like a mid upright / sporty feel. You are forward a bit, but it's not uncomfortable. I'm not in pain like I would be on like an S1000. My wrists don't bother me. The seat is very comfortable. It's actually quite roomy. I'm used to sitting more up because I ride a supermoto, so I actually have to get used to sitting a little more back on this thing and more relaxed. All right, I thought he was going right through that stop sign. I was like, what is this guy doing? I don't prefer riding super sports because they get very stiff, and I'm not old, but my joints start to hurt sometimes when I ride those bikes. It's just, they're not meant to be comfortable. They're meant to be sporty, and this is a good mix. This is a good mix of very comfortable, pretty sporty too. So, awesome bike. I definitely, if you're in the market for one, I mean, why not? If you can afford it, go for it. Let's do it. I just love whipping this thing around. I want to like really hit some turns on this thing, because I would love to just get low and romp on it. It's cool that they have the different versions of this bike too. Like some of them come with more of like an off-road style tire. I mean, the way the carbon one is set up, like this is what I would personally love to own. too sensitive though. It's responsive and a bit sensitive, but it's not like overkill. It's got a little play in it where like, look, I'm not getting thrown off. I feel like if I did that on the Supermoto, I would flip off the back. Like that, or like an FC09, like an early model FC09, you hit the throttle like that, you're gonna flip over. This thing is really nice, which I noticed I didn't have any issues when I went around the turns. Sometimes on bikes that have a more sensitive throttle, especially in a sport mode, you're going around a turn and it's kind of twitchy. I had that a lot on my 2014 FZ09 Yamaha. And what I noticed is I used to have to pull the clutch in when I go around turns. This bike's not twitchy like that. You can stay smooth. And of course, you know, you're going to feather the clutch a bit so that you can make a smooth transition and a smooth turn, but you're not like worried on this bike. I was wondering how twitchy it would be, being that it's a 1200 V twin. You know, bikes like this are very, they're torque monsters, at least for the size. I imagine how much better it would be after intake exhaust and you know, a power commander or something like that. Oh, we got a bridge here. Let's give it a rev. I'm glad I came out. It was a long wait to get on this bike. You can see why. It's an awesome bike. Everyone wants to ride it. It's the type of bike that gets Indian riders. I don't know what he's saying. I guess pull over. This is the type of bike. Oh, we're turning right or something. I don't know what we're doing. I guess we're waiting up for the other guys.
Where'd they go? Oh, they got there? That guy's not really slow,
I guess we lost them. Anyway, what I was saying is, this is the type of bike that gets riders on an Indian that normally probably wouldn't shop for an Indian. This bike is opening the horizon for more people to enter the Indian brand. I would have never considered an Indian before this. I don't care for cruiser bikes.
A little competition back there.
You know it, man. I would never consider getting an Indian before this bike. It's just not my style. But this thing is cool. This thing is unique. And that's what I love about it. And I'm really happy I got to ride one. I hope you guys get to ride one too one day. Really a cool bike. I will say the bobber was nice, but you know, not my style. Not something I would consider buying. I would 100% consider buying this. I have been now after riding it. I mean, if I could, I would take this one home today because that's how awesome it is. It's a great bike and it would be a lot more practical than riding the 690 all the time. Ideally, I would like to own one of these, and on top of that, own like a 2-stroke Supermoto. I think that would be a sick combo, because then I would get a true Supermoto. Not that the 690 is not really a Supermoto, but it really isn't, you know? It's a factory Supermoto, yes, but it's kind of a mix of like a Supermoto motorcycle. It's not a true converted bike. It comes like that from the factory. I would love to have a true converted bike, a 2-stroke specifically. I think like a 300 TPI would be sick for the street. I could also throw a dirt setup on it and go rip some dirt. Awesome. I love 2-strokes. They're a lot of fun, and the TPI is a sick bike. Then I wouldn't have to worry about pre-mix, right? Because I'd have the little oil injection, if I trust that. And then this would be an awesome second bike to have, because then I would have the hooligan, like complete hooligan Supermoto bike that I can also bring in dirt, and then I'd have something more practical, more fun, but it's still a hooligan bike. I can't see myself on a non-hooligan bike, on just like a boring motorcycle. It's just not me. I would love to have this. And paired with a Supermoto, I mean, that's the ultimate duo. I could take my girl on this bike, be comfortable. I could go long distances. I could ride the highway, have no issues. I mean, it's a great all-around fun bike. The only thing I would say is it is, of course, a naked bike. So, with that said, you don't have a windscreen. I'm sure you can put one on, but you're gonna get a little beat up with the wind on this bike. But, you know, that's every bike that I'm considering owning anyway. So something like that's a little nicer with the windscreen. But this thing, blast. I love it. 10 out of 10. Recommend. I don't know if I have any complaints. Maybe owning one, maybe they're problematic. I don't know. I've never owned an Indian. I feel like they're pretty reliable bikes, especially compared to the Euro bikes that I've dealt with in my past. It's American made, so nice piece of machinery. Awesome bike, and it's got a charger here. Just realized that, so that's pretty cool. Got the USB. Very nice to have, so you can throw a quad lock on here, mount your phone, charge it, you're good to go. I wonder why this red tape's here. That's been bugging me the whole time. I just want to wheelie it so bad. I don't want to pop the clutch. Oh, The wheel came up a tiny, tiny bit right there. Tiny bit. I know I could get this thing up. Hey, look, the cops are still at Dunkin' Donuts 3 hours later. I know I could get this thing up if I really, really wanted to. Badass bike. What do we got? Oh, we got a DRZ. Look at that guy. That is a super squid. My man's is riding in flip-flops. He's wearing flip-flops. What does this guy do? That's wild. DRZ owners are on a whole nother level. Whole nother level. Flip-flops on the DRZ. I bet he 12 o'clocks it with flip-flops. And the bucket. My man's gonna have no head and no feet if he goes down. Things you never think you're gonna see. I mean, that's something you see in like those Middle East videos of them riding like a moped. Like those viral Instagram videos. Like, Jersey? New Jersey? What are you doing, man? Put some shoes on. That is crazy. This one ride wasn't enough time with this bike, I'll be honest. It is. It's a fair ride for anyone to test it, but for me, like, I just want to keep riding the thing. I mean, it's awesome. Why not? Why not keep ripping it? I would love to take this thing all day long. Let's go. Let's go to the mountains. Let's get a little weird. Let's get a little crazy. And that's it. We're back. Shiny side up. So, I'm here for a ride on the next day, and I just so happen to be riding with a group, and one of the guys has the Indian FTR Carbon Edition. How funny is that? But you got an exhaust on it.
Yeah, I have an Akrapovic Cat Delete. This is a 2019. I have an Akrapovic Cat Delete and SNS Grand National.
Yeah, let me hear this thing. Much better than the stock one. That's awesome. Same bike. Oh, it didn't have this screen though.
Yeah, so this actually is an S model. I just have the carbon tank and carbon front fender on it.
Oh,
it's the same bike. That one came with a stock Akrapovic. Just had that twin.
Yeah. Okay.
So, you got all
So you just added the carbon bits.
Yeah, you have different screens.
So you can't get the carbon with this
I don't
screen?
think so. I think it has the new round one, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's 2023.
But
2019, so it has an 18-inch rear and a 19-inch front. Right?
Okay.
So the newer bikes have 17.
yeah, 17 front and
You
rear.
get a little more, lean, but this is modeled after a dirt track race.
Yeah.
So 18 and 19 kind of lends to the geometry. It's kind of rowdy, you know. It's kind of fun.
Yeah. I was trying to like pop it up yesterday on the demo, but
Oh, it pops right up.
I was like not really trying that hard because I don't want them to yell at me, but I'm sure I could feel that it had the power.
Yeah, it has the
it
power.
would.
And the only weird thing is it's kind of weird to wheelie because it's got a really long wheelbase.
Okay.
You know?
Do you clutch it up at all? No, just kind of power.
Third gear, just about with
Yeah.
the tune. The tune you can do third gear power.
Do you have a power commander?
I did a power vision.
Okay.
I just don't have it on the bike because I have the screen. It does onboard diag.
Oh, okay. So you just plug it in.
Yeah, I just
you could
plug
download the software.
It's like a service port down
Yeah,
there.
yeah. Download the tune. I like the little windscreen too.
Yeah.
Awesome. Cool. All right, guys. So there you have it. That's my demo day at the Motorcycle Mall in New Jersey. I had a blast. I loved riding the Indian FTR. It's an awesome bike. If you like this video, make sure you give it a thumbs up and don't forget to subscribe. I'll see you guys later. Peace.